Hi again, everyone. Day here, bringing you another episode in the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Today's adventure is going to take us into episode number 3, apparently. And this episode is called The Runaway Room. Can we... What? We could actually... let's not do that. I'm cheating. But I didn't realize that I was able to just start at any episode. I promise you I didn't play these episodes. I never played them. But, so yeah, The Adventure of the Runaway Room, episode 3 is where we'll start. I hope you all are doing good. You're doing okay. Start playing from the start. Yes. Where else can I start? I need this. We need to start here. I think there's going to be a cutscene first, so I'm just going to put my controller down for a bit.
Glancing over my records of the late last century, I am faced by the events of a certain bitter winter. A murder in a carriage as it sped through dense London fog in the dead of night. Though the victim and the perpetrator were the only ones inside, there were multiple witnesses to the crime itself. However, none could have imagined at the time that such a seemingly obvious case as this would end in such a horrendous manner. My friend, Mr. Headlong Sholmes, once said of the incident, I believe that perhaps that case was indeed the prelude. The beginning of a long concerto that impressive Japanese student and I were to play together.
Headlong Sholmes. I wish they would make this into an anime. I will watch.
Amazing. Is this really just a railway station?
Railway station or not, I've never seen such an enormous building before.
Why does it sound like they have British accents?
This country is incredible.
I feel like I'm dreaming.
So this is the capital of Great Britain.
This looks so good.
Where to?
Oh, hello.
Climb aboard. I'll take you wherever you want to go.
For a price.
In that case, the Supreme Court in Whitehall, if you wouldn't mind.
My pleasure. I suppose you're visiting students from abroad, eh?
Yes.
Yes.
Thought so. Well then, I hope you enjoy your stay. And welcome to the centre of the world, Great Britain's mighty capital, London.
I love how that horse was like speeding along at actual car speeds there. Oh wow. This 18th February 9:21 a.m. British Supreme Court, Lord Chief Justice's office. This kind of reminds me of both Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright and a smidgen of which one was it? I'm not sure, but one of the Ace Attorneys. This looks incredible. It kind of feels like a little like Bravely Default too, in a way. That guy's abode in Bravely Default. I really couldn't tell you his name or anything, but it's kind of reminiscent of that. What an incredible place. It's so imposing. It's almost suffocating. This place is breathtaking. It looks like a fortress. There are some stone buildings like this in Japan now, of course, but they've only been built in the few short decades since we opened our borders to the outside world. An authentic example like this has quite a different impact, wouldn't you agree? A far cry from the wood and paper most of our buildings are constructed from. It's certainly unfamiliar. But I think there's more to the differences than just construction materials. Yes. What is this place again? It's like it's built in Big Ben or something. This is the Lord Chief Justice's office, Naruhodo-san, in the Supreme Court of Great Britain. The Lord Chief Justice. We had instructions to report here at this time, if circumstances were different. We were supposed to let the Lord Chief Justice know that we had arrived from Japan. But Kazuma can't. No. So instead, we are here in a different capacity, as envoys to report the news of Kazuma-sama's death. Yes. And having delivered his or her message, an envoy's duty is done. So we'd have to return to Japan. If you want to remain here in Great Britain, I have to take Kazuma's place as the law student selected for the study tour. Yes, which means you need the requisite qualifications as a lawyer. Which is what I've been studying for. Here in Great Britain, it is the Lord Chief Justice who appoints lawyers. So that's the second reason why we're here, to have you officially recognized as a lawyer. Would that go well? It's the only way that we'll be able to remain here in London. I hope I'm up to scratch. Here's hoping, I suppose, then. Good morning. Sorry for keeping you. Oh! He almost looks like Chief Gant a little bit. Like, maybe like an ancestor of that line, that lineage of family. Oh. I trust you aren't too exhausted after your long voyage from Japan. It seems I'm 1 hour, 12 minutes, and 47 seconds late. My apologies. Wow! 1 hour? I don't even care at that point. You're over an hour late? And you know this down to the second? Jeez, what the heck, man? He kind of reminds me of the dude on the iFly Airlines in the Miles Edgeworth Investigations game. That guy wanted to save time, though. He wouldn't have come an hour late like this. Oh, no. Don't mention it. We're never happier than when we're standing around with nothing much to do. Yes, I'm never happier than when my hands are free and clear and not under control, I guess. I don't know. How fortunate. So, introductions. I am Miles Strongheart, Lord Chief Justice of the British Empire. Ugh, and I feel like a little mouse under an elephant's foot. Come on, Mr. Naruhodo, don't be a mouse. Oh, how did you know? It's an honor to meet you, Lord Chief Justice Strongheart. I'm Ryunosuke Naruhodo from the Empire of Japan. Well, I have no idea. I'm just gonna wing it at this point. Well, Mr. Naruhodo, welcome to London, the capital of our glorious British Empire. Yes. Thank you. He has such a humongous presence, doesn't he? We're just gonna talk to him. No reason not to. So, what are your impressions of our capital so far? How do you like London? Help. I've been so nervous ever since I got here that I can't remember a single thing about the city. It's simply splendid, isn't it, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh. We had a wonderful view of some of London's streets from the carriage on the way here from the station. Everything is so impressive and grand. I must say I'm almost lost for words. I'm glad to hear you like it. The city boasts tramways, piped water and gas, even cables supplying the electricity. We spearhead every revolutionary new technology in the world. Every visitor to London is astounded. Oh yes, astounded is the word. Thanks for saving me there, Susato-san. Everyone seems so jolly and full of vigor. Indeed. Yes. There's much excitement about the upcoming great exhibition we will be hosting here in London. Great exhibition? Cultural and technological achievements from around the globe are to be exhibited here in our great city. It will be the greatest spectacle of its kind in history. It will make Paris's World Fair look like a toy shop. Gosh, I can hardly imagine how magnificent it's going to be. Great Britain's capital city is nothing but magnificent. London is the center of the modern world. Even if you do say so yourself. The sun will never set on our great empire. Perhaps it is fate that in these progressive times we welcome visitors from the land of the rising sun. Okay. He has a very impressive view of things, I suppose. Lord Chief Justice. I think you were expecting a student of law for this study tour, weren't you? Absolutely. A Mr. Kazuma Asogi, if my memory serves. That's right. The British government has already been telegraphed a full report on the situation. I understand a young man lost his life aboard the steamship bound for our shores. That's amazing. The news reached him before we even arrived. Boy, we're living in the past for sure. My country naturally extends its deepest condolences to yours. Oh, thank you. And you honored this appointment specifically to inform me of the news? Yes. We are here in the capacity of envoys from Japan to report the sad news in person. They tell me you Japanese are people of protocol and courtesy, and I see that's true. Not necessarily. We were nearly on our way to going home from Hong Kong, and it is with some regret that I must inform you that the death of the young lawyer means this study tour arrangement can no longer proceed. If you would just hear us out, Longshoreheart. What do you have to say, madame? It's about the study tour. Mr. Naruhodo here would like to make a proposal. Would he now? Well, Mr. Naruhodo, this is it then. The moment of truth. Continuing the study tour. The thing is, Lord Justice, Longshoreheart, I was wondering if perhaps you would consider allowing the study tour to go ahead. Don't misunderstand me. Britain would ideally like to see the tour go ahead. But without a lawyer from your country, there's nothing to be done. Well, in that case, what if there was someone else? Another lawyer from Japan, I mean. Is there something I don't know? Only a single lawyer was invited to Great Britain from your country. And that was Mr. Asogi. At least, that is what I've been led to understand. Well, the thing is, this really isn't going well at all. I just can't seem to find the right words to say to this man. Mr. Naruhodo, I could ruin things here if I'm not careful. What am I going to say? If there is someone else here from Japan who could be described as a lawyer, it's... I want to press on the other options. I'll do that in my free time. It's me. I can do it. Is that so? I mean, I don't actually have any qualifications as such, but... No qualifications, you say? And yet you still claim to be a lawyer. I have acted as a lawyer in court before. Only once, as it happens. And I had Kazuma to help me. And I was the accused, but glossing over the details. Details, schmeetails. I've been spending every spare moment on the journey here to Great Britain studying to the bone, down to the wire. I am ready. I can be a lawyer. Just like that. I've learned all about British law and court proceedings while I was on board the SS Bureau. The voyage from Japan is some 50 days, I believe. Not what you might call full education. To become a qualified lawyer here in Great Britain, not only do you need a university degree in law, you must also complete several years of training. I realize it's far too short a period of time, but I can't just go back to Japan. Kazuma, Mr. Asogi's journey has only just begun. Coming here on this study tour was all he thought about. I have to carry on and do everything he planned to do. I know it must sound like I have an overly inflated opinion of myself, but I would do anything to prove that I have what it takes. Any test you care to set me. Just one chance. That's all I'm asking for. Please. 31 seconds. Sorry? Your opening statement there, Mr. Naruhodo. It was 31 seconds long. Not too brief, not too protracted, a perfectly judged appeal, I would say. Which is a skill that would stand you in good stead as a lawyer. Oh, thanks. So you're willing to put those words to trial, are you? Well, I'm all for entertainment. Huh? But let me ask you one thing first, sir. Yes. You say you intend to do everything Mr. Asogi planned to do. That was what gave him an exclamation point above his head. Are you firmly set on that path? Well, yes. That's my intention. I see. Am I imagining things? Or did his expression just alter a fraction there? All of a sudden. I would have to watch that over again. I didn't notice. Very well. You have your wish. I'll give you a chance. A test to become a specially certified lawyer. Whether you pass or fail is entirely down to you. Really? Test. So, what form would the test take exactly? Tell me, Mr. Naruhodo, what do you consider the role of a lawyer to be? Well, defending people, of course. Well said. So, let's hear you defend someone. Or have you defend someone? Huh? Your timing is perfect, in fact. There's an up trial about to begin later today. No advocate has been appointed for the defense as of yet, so this will be the welcome news. We're about to go to trial. Immediately. It makes sense because in the second case, we did not have the trial at all. And in Ace Attorney games, you usually investigate, trial, possibly investigate again, trial. In this instance, it makes sense considering it was like we didn't have any chance of actually being in a court of law. So I'm guessing that's probably why they're about to thrust us into the heat of it today, straight away. If you manage to secure a verdict of not guilty, you'd have passed my test. What could be simpler? Didn't you just say yourself, my good man, that it was not so easy to become a lawyer? I believe you did. How do I get myself into these situations? Well, could I ask, what sort of trial is it, Lord Strongheart? Murder. Yes, good question. I remember. I don't like how blasé he's being right now, at all. I don't appreciate it. Yep, of course it is. Because it wouldn't be my puppy's missing help. It wouldn't be something like that. I barely even know what else it could have possibly been but murder. It's a murder trial. A murder? An extremely simple case, I understand. You really can't lose. Is this a setup? That's easy to say. Why is he thrusting us right into a murder trial? Obviously, whoever the defendant is, he doesn't care about them. That's all I can say. But I should mention, just in case, if the defendant is found guilty, he will, of course, be sentenced to capital punishment. Capital punishment? He'll be put to death? Whoa! Why would he assign us to this case? Here in Great Britain, murderers are sent to the gallows without exception. Presumably, you read that much in your short C-based introduction to British law. We can't possibly agree to such a test, no. We would be toying with a man's life, yes. That's what I'm saying, like, it just seems weird and odd and strange that he would give this to us. I mean, he doesn't know us, so it's like, why would you give us a case of... Okay, whatever. I'll roll with it for now. I am the Lord Chief Justice, and I've decided it's acceptable. But you can't do that. Can you do that? Are you allowed? There's no need to overcomplicate this. All you have to do is ensure that you don't lose. He said you don't have to overcomplicate this. Oh my goodness. What do you mean not overcomplicated? So the defendant may live or die depending on how well I perform in court. That's a complicated situation. If I lose, he'll be hanged. That's a complicated situation. I must throw that back out there again. Mr. Naruhodo, you've come to me claiming to be a lawyer. If you want me to take you seriously, you need to prove you're willing to do a lawyer's job. And you say you intend to see through the will of your compatriot, Mr. Asogi. I would like to understand just how far you're willing to go in order to make that happen. He's testing my resolve. What's the matter? You've fallen silent. I'm sorry, but time is pressing. The trial begins shortly. I need an answer from you now. What's it to be? See, the thing is, since this guy doesn't have a lawyer, this defendant is trouble. He doesn't have a lawyer. That's something to consider. And he doesn't have a lawyer on the day of his trial. So, what do I say? Do I agree to this absurd test? Again, another option I'll press in my own spare time. Alright then. If I have to give you a decision now, my answer is I can't do it. I can't get the words out. 15 seconds. Your decision making needs work. If you want to be a lawyer, that was too slow. I pressed the go button on this. So, it's as I suspected, is it? Sorry? You have noble intentions, but luck, the resolve to see them through. This is someone's life considerably highly placed on the line. The test is cancelled. Thank you for stopping by. Go and acquire a ticket for passage back to the east tomorrow. This conversation is over. Yes, Lord Strongheart. Thank you for offering me a chance. Mr. Naruhodo. I'm sorry, Miss Usato, but what could I do? It's alright, I understand. You do? It's not an easy decision to choose whether to defend a man in these circumstances. But resolve has absolutely nothing to do with it. What are you trying to say, Madame? I think what Mr. Sato means is that no matter how badly I like to be recognized as a lawyer and stay here in Great Britain, to risk another man's life by treating his one and only chance at a trial so trivial would be utterly unforgivable, and I feel exactly the same way. I'm sure the defendant won't see this trial as a test, as some kind of experiment. A lawyer may fight for his clients in court day after day, but for each one of those clients, the particular day they stand in the dock may be the only chance they have to fight to prove their innocence. No, I was wrong. I'm not qualified to do that job yet. I'm sorry for wasting your precious time, Lord Chief Justice. Wait, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, was there something else? It's approximately 20 minutes by carriage to the Old Bailey from here. If you leave immediately, you should still be there in time. But I just said that I was quite serious in what I told you. The defendant in this case has literally no one to advocate for him. What? At this point, he can't hope to find someone to represent him. The trial will begin without a defense. And if that happens, there's only one possible outcome. He will receive the most severe sentence the judge can pass down. But that's awful. But that is the truth. Why does it have to be like this? Please don't expect an answer to every question. Ooh. I mean, that's real life, but jeez. Not everything could have an answer. The cold, hard truth of the matter is that there is only one person now with a chance to save this man from a very miserable end. And that is you. And really his only hope? This game is nothing like I predicted. So, what do you say now, Madame? Me? What do you mean, Lord Strongheart? Lord Strongheart. You said it wasn't an easy decision to choose whether to defend a man in these circumstances, and I agree. But in my estimation, it is purely and simply a matter of resolve. Oh. Our time is up here. I have a meeting to attend. I must leave in 2 minutes and 16 seconds. So, venture to our great city and enjoy yourselves. Well, he told us how to get to the Old Bailey, so up to us at that point. He's gone. The Old Bailey. If we're going to do this, Mr. Naruhodo, we must leave at once. What to do? Miss Susato, can I just ask you something? Not the Susato takedown pose. Careful. From this position, I can perform a Susato takedown in an instant. I know. Mr. Naruhodo, you heard Lord Strongheart. The trial starts imminently. If I need to throw you, I will. You know, you could just say, I think we should hurry to the courtroom. If you need to ask me anything, it had better wait until we're at the Old Bailey. Okay, I understand. I do want to look at some things. Miss Susato. Oh, okay, I can't. I should have did it while he was in here. Now time is of the essence. I get it. Wait a second. We could change the camera angle? Interesting. Okay, I'm done. I'm done messing around. I'm done tiddly winking around, okay? I'm done. Let's go to the Old Bailey. London's highest criminal court with an illustrious past, the Old Bailey. This is where I'm to take my test and prove my worthiness as a lawyer. If we hurry and catch a cab, we may just make it to the courthouse on time. Is this... No, it's not. Don't worry about what I was going to say. It's irrelevant now that I actually answered it. And I don't want to feel even more dumb than I do already. 18th of February, 9:45 a.m., the Old Bailey Defendant's Antechamber. Oh, thank goodness we're in time. There's still 15 minutes until the trial begins. I never knew a horse-drawn carriage could go so fast. I saw it, I literally called it. That horse was trucking it. I thought my teeth were going to rattle loose. Did you hear what I said to the driver when we climbed aboard? Get us to our destination in 5 minutes, driver, and there's a guinea in it for you. It's one of my favorite lines from the Headlong stories, and it worked quite perfectly. I'm not sure why you're so pleased. I thought we were going to die, and we had to pay gold for the privilege. Well, at least we arrived here before the trial started. Yes, I suppose there's that. Anyway, I don't understand it. The court clerk said the defendant should be here, but there's no sign of him at all. So it's a him, eh? Well, I guess we already knew that. So this is the Old Bailey. Even this room for defendants to wait for in is grand. Are you alright, Mr. Naruhodo? I'm feeling tense, that's all. This place gives me the same sense of foreboding that I remember from the Supreme Court in Japan. An oppressive air, almost as if the building itself is going to crush whoever is about to be sentenced. It feels like only yesterday that I was the one about to be crushed. And that was literally more than like 50, 60 days ago. Yes, whoever the man you're about to defend is, I imagine he's feeling very alone at this moment. Top of the morning to you, madame. Sir? Oh, look at this Joker wannabe. What are yous doing following me here? Things are fair desperate, are they? Sorry. Would you look at those expressionless faces from the east, are yous? We're from Japan, yes. Ah, Japan, is it? Right, say no more. So, how much do yous need? No, we're just here because... No need to explain, fella. I've been there myself, so I have. No place to go, nothing to eat, barely a penny to your name, and all the while in a strange faraway land. Well, actually, we haven't found a place to stay yet. No. Zavari! That's all I... Tis grand, tis grand. Let me start by giving you 1,000 guineas. Say nothing now. Ha? 1,000 Guinness! Please, Miss Usato, you don't have to shout. But 1,000 Guinnesses is enough to build an entire mansion in the most prestigious area of Tokyo. I don't know what happened to her voice there for a second. We have no evidence. Crap. What? 'Tis nothing to me at all. I'll ensure I have sufficient funds to weather a rainy day, you see. I've enough wealth to buy the city of London 2 or 3 times over. Could that much rain even fall in one day? Well, even so, we couldn't possibly accept such a large sum of money. Ouch. That hit me in the eye. Sounds against me wrong, fella. I'm not giving it to you, no strings attached. I'll be wanting you to do something for me. Oh, to be honest, just a little embarrassing. The trial that's about to begin, you see, it's for me good self here. I'll be in the dock. Oh, no. Don't take it. Don't take this case. Don't take it. Don't take it. Don't take it. Oh, no. Don't take it. If he's the defendant, this is bad. He literally has enough money to buy himself any lawyer worth their salt twice over, in fact. And even now, he had no one. He's not a good person. So now, what do I want you to do? Or they find the case to be impossible. But the thing is, back in the day, would you really not take the case? And he's offering, what, 1,000 guinea, he said? I don't know how much that, I really don't know how much that actually adds up to, so I don't know. It's come along with me and stand there beside me. Officially, you'd be my lawyer, but that's just a little detail now. Oh, no wonder. Okay, no, he's just a twat. Oh, well, the thing is, don't worry about a thing. All you have to do is stand up there next to me, not more. Otherwise, you see, the trial is going to start without me having any kind of representation at all. So it was true. The Lord Chief Justice wasn't just making it all up. I'm terribly sorry to have to ask, but does that mean you're the defendant in this trial? Yes, and he has no lawyer, and he has money to blow. So you do the math. Blustering blazes, do yous not know who I am? Me, one of London's biggest names, and the fact that you don't have a lawyer is more so telling, but carry on. No, sorry, you've only just arrived in the city, you see. I see. I suppose it isn't altogether impossible. Well, just next to Hyde Park, there in the center of London, is another beautiful park. Sorry, a park? What? It's called a McGilded Park, full of blossoming flowers in the spring and singing birds and whatnot. I donated it to the city, so I did, and not a single soul comes to your aid. I'm still gonna hold to that part because that bothers me. An entire park in central London. It reminds me of that one time when Maya needed a lawyer and Mr. Grossberg did not want to take her case. Like, no lawyer wanted to take her case because of Mr. Red, White, and Blue, that guy. A city of smiles, that's my vision for London. Wait. Oh, I guess that's what I guess. I kind of lost the plot there. There's nothing Magnus McGilded wouldn't do for the city and its queer old people. Oh no, that he just now told us his name. Magnus McGilded. That's amazing. I mean, really extraordinary, but no one came to his defense. Let's not slide away from that part, Ryunosuke. He does all this for the city, and not one soul is trying to defend him. Oh, the tantrums start. Now they've the gall to say I'm a good-for-nothing criminal. Me, Magnus McGilded. What is the matter with the London police, I ask you? Alright, don't pass out. Mr. Naruhodo, perhaps now would be a good time to introduce ourselves while the gentleman catches his breath. And before we actually get started on introductions, yes, I know. We're going to, let's not. We'll do it right before the trial actually starts. We'll carry on. Good idea. Mr. McGilded, the thing is, we're actually here in London to study British law. We're law students on a study tour from Japan, you see. So, if you don't have a lawyer for the trial yet, and you'd be happy to put yourself in our hands, we'll do our best. What? What is I at the saying? You daft Egypt? Ooh. I've given you 1,000 Guinness to stand up there next to me, haven't I? Well, yes, but I wasn't really offering to just stand up there next to you. So he just needs anyone. Oh, I think I see what's going on here. Sorry, I don't know what you're thinking. This character of a fella claims to have more money than the Queen. But if that's true, why the blazes can't he hire the finest lawyer in all of England? I am raising my hand through the stratosphere. Yes, yes, I was one. I was them. I was that. Yes, that is literally the only question I had. Because he did it. That's the only explanation. Okay, game. You win. You win. Well, I'm going with it. I'm going with it. Yes, exactly. It was exactly what I was thinking. I have vocalized that multitudes of times. What now? Well, like you said, if you have all that money, but you don't have anyone to represent you in court, there's no other logical conclusion than that you're guilty of the charges. No, I wouldn't go so far as to say that, but it just feels like if, under these conditions, people feel like this case is a lost cause. See, sometimes you have to go with the wrong answer in order to enjoy the game tenfold. This Sasato is like, we may think it, but we don't breathe a word about it, not normally. Sorry, Sasato, I had to. Well, you can call a spade in the East. So do you do? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean any offense. I still can't express myself very well in English, you see. And I'm never sure what's acceptable to say and what isn't, so... Is that so? Because you sounded fluent enough when you were telling me what a blackguard I must be. You don't want to be fluent when you feel like you stepped in a whole bunch of eggs, don't you? I'm terribly sorry. It's just my life on the line here, me lad. Can't say that I blame you for thinking it, fella. It is a little strange, to be honest. I really want to know what the other option would have done, because this is giving us a lot of backstory right now. This is so good. I didn't think it would be this in depth to go this route. Why you don't have a lawyer, I mean. That would be the fault of the Reaper. Sorry, did he just say Reaper? Aye, the Grim Reaper of the Bailey, Lord Baroque von Zeeks. He's the prosecutor. Oh, wow, I never really thought about who the prosecutor would be. The prosecutor is the Grim Reaper? When Van Zeek stands for the prosecution, they call the accused the sacrificial lambs. And to this day, in every single trial in which he's been the prosecutor, the accused has been damned. What? So it's reached a desperate situation where there's no one willing to stand in defense against the fellow. You could say he's a living legend to the Old Bailey, of the Old Bailey. So it's because of the prosecutor. Okay. I can roll with that. Like, I mean, it's kind of like Maya's case, like I said. No one wanted to defend her for a different, because of a reason. And his reason is that the prosecution is just a freaking Grim Reaper, I guess. goodness. Lord Baruch. Well, it's probably not Baruch. I've been reading too much of this certain book. Lord Baruch von Zeeks. Or Lord Baruch Van... I don't know. He must be an exceptionally talented prosecutor then. Names are kind of hard for me to figure out. Talented isn't the word you're looking for, madame. It's cursed. Cursed? What on earth? The defendant is summoned in his counsel. Please, make your way into the courtroom. The trial is about to begin. His counsel? That would be me. Oh, 'tis time. Well then, fella, don't let me down. But I don't know anything about the case. I have no evidence. You haven't told me what happened. Until you showed your face here, I'd made up me mind. Sort of had. Sorry? I decided I'd have to defend myself in the... How would that have worked? But then you made an appearance. A student of law, wouldn't you know? 'Tis no accident, I can assure you of that. 'Tis fate. I'm guessing that, they would have assigned Asogi to this case. To test his mettle, rather. So don't get cold feet now, please. He looks anguished. I literally know nothing about the case or about this man who stands accused. In fact, the only thing I do know is that I can't just turn my back on him. I'm sorry, sir. I feel bad now that I've been accusing this guy because he has so much money. Mr. Naruhodo, the man has no one. He'll have to stand alone in that courtroom, armed with nothing to defend himself. I am so sorry. Hindsight is 20/30 at this point. I feel bad for assuming. I literally just spoke about making assumptions of people, and I literally went that route myself. Yes, something that Kazuma would never have allowed to happen. Counsel for the defense, what are you doing? If you're late for the start of the trial, you will lose your right to stand. I'll be right there. Okay. It's happening then. My first trial in a British court. I hope you're watching over me, Kazuma, because I have no idea how I'm going to manage this. And with those final fated words said, we're going to actually end it here on this brilliant set piece. So here we have this guy who claims to literally have helped London in a lot of different financial endeavored ways, and he was unable to get an attorney, a lawyer. So now here we are to basically stand side by side with him and not allow him to be alone, because no one wanted this case because of the prosecution von Zeeks. Okay, I think I have a good grasp of where we are right now. So that's better than I normally am. I'm trying to. This is actually kind of like a brain age sort of exercise training for me. Remembering names, remembering people, remembering events. It's just, whew. Let's see what I remember when I cut and start my next video here. But next time we're going to actually help this guy. We're going to do our darn best not to send him to the gallows and get him roasted, toasted, and possibly hanged, I guess is what the end result will be here for him. But we'll see how far we can get next time. Don't imagine we'll finish it, but we'll get as far as we can, as we always try. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, and until next time, I hope you all have a great and amazingly wonderful, beautiful day. Bye.